Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Argentine Rugby Breakdown. Today we're going to talk about the first game of round number 13 of Super Rugby Americas, Peñarol against Pampas. Let's start. It was a match. Pampas had to do a lot of things right to classify to the playoffs. Yeah. And Peñarol is the first team in the ladder, the best team of the competition. Pampas won the first game they play this year. It's the only team that beat Peñarol. So they had that. They started with that chip on their shoulder.
No, chip on the shoulder.
No,
that medal.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm the one.
I'm the only one.
Yeah, I'm the only one that did it, and they've done it again.
Yes, it was a surprising game. It was a great game. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
It was a fun game. It was an interesting game. I mean, the first half just passed so fast. It was. The moment it's already over.
It's also because you were very nervous.
I was very nervous. Yes,
because Pampas with a win, they kind of
they were qualifying.
Yeah, they were qualifying.
Playoffs.
So for us, more for him than for me, it was a very exciting time.
Yeah, but it's just that Pampas doesn't have much to spare in their performance. And the same thing happened last week against Selknam. Is they just don't have that much of performance in them right now. So it's just a little bit. It's just a silly mistake that's gonna make them lose the game. It happened last game and happened a couple of games, but it's just just a little thing that they make a mistake, a silly mistake or something that puts the scoreboard against them, that they don't have so far. They don't have the resources to come back
from it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and it's kind of a way downhill after that, and so that's why it makes me nervous, because it's just that option is always there, that possibility is always there.
And the score was very tight. It was a very tough game. The first time? No.
The first half?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the first half, Pampas did make all the difference. They scored a try and a very good try
and a penalty
and two penalties.
In the first half, penalties?
They finished 13-10.
Okay.
On the first half. I think it was the night when defensively, at least, Pampas had a great night. They stole I counted 10 balls from Peñarol in the rack without any penalties, which is great. And I think that was the thing that made the difference, because Peñarol had a better fixed formation. They have a better lineup. They stole lineups from Pampas, a lot of them. They had a very tight scrum until the second half, and in the second half Peñarol had a better scrum than them. But I think also what made the difference was the night that their number 10 had.
Yes.
In Peñarol's, their number 10, I don't remember the name, but you will eventually, missed 3 kicks, and that was 8 points that they just gone. And that was mostly the difference between in the final score. So, and De La Vega Mendia didn't miss anything. He scored the try, he converted it, everything he kicked to the post, he got in. So basically that was the difference. Their number 10 and the ability from Pampas to recover, to have a good defense without any penalties. That was it. Because in the second half the game had only 3 points. It was raining. It was really messy. The ball was like slippery, and
the amount of rain pouring down was
it was like
impressive.
a very, very, very heavy rain.
Yeah.
So that was it. Everything that Pampas did good in the first half was enough to win the game.
Yeah, true. Pampas have been kind of edging towards this performance for a while. They couldn't manage it against those, but especially they couldn't manage it against Selnam last week, where they started really well, just like this game, and they started defending really well. Selnam was completely controlled, and they made a couple of silly mistakes in defense, and then was way down of the hill after that. So the things that Pampas had to correct right now to solve that issue was be patient in defense, don't make silly mistakes, and work hard in defense. But be kind of have order in defense and patience, and that's what they did, and it worked. Because as I said at the beginning, they don't have enough to spare than any silly mistakes they can recover from them, so they can afford to make silly mistakes, especially in defense. And so they didn't, and that was the main difference from one game, from the Suriname game to the Peñarol game, because Pampas was in control of the Suriname game from the beginning. Couple of silly mistakes, all downhill. Now this time they started controlling the game, they scored first, and they started being kind of neat in defense. They were calm and not making silly mistakes, and they won the game. They were able to keep Peñarol at bay. Peñarol, the things that the players said after the game is that they understood what was going on. They saw where Pampas was kind of beating them
in the first
half, and they couldn't solve. I mean, they identified what was it. They came out in the second half and they couldn't solve it. And Pampas was winning. That was extremely well in defense and was stealing balls from them in the ground.
Yeah,
tons of them, and they were not able to defend that, to counteract that.
Yeah,
and the other point that Francia brings up is the number 10. The Aramendia scored every single point he had chances of doing. He scored every single point of Pampas, while Tite Echeverri, grade 10, he missed every kick he had to the post.
Yep.
It was a really bad kicking night for him, and at the scoring points that made the difference as well.
Because Pampas only had one try. Peñarol had two. Mm-hmm. But Tite, I knew you will remember his name. He missed the two conversions. He missed, I think, two conversions and 2 penalties.
Maybe, yeah.
So it was more than 8 points. Yeah,
it's 10 points. So this it's not a surprising result. At least I thought it was going to be kind of a tough game. But I was not really confident in Pampas pulling it off, especially because they tend to make those silly mistakes and not recover from them. But they didn't. They showed kind of a growing in maturity from the players to just keep calm in those situations, which is really improving a lot. It's great.
Yeah,
and they were able to control Peñarol. And Peñarol, it was not the night to be. They couldn't find a way out, and they couldn't overpass a team that was defending really well, and they had the unfortunate situation of the kicker not having a good night and finding themselves in really heavy pouring rain in the second half, and having to come back into the game with a really wet ball, which was really difficult to control, where it was handling mistake all over the place.
Yeah, and not being able to kick to the post or try to find to go in. When you have a penalty, you can choose to the post or to the line
out. Yeah.
And they finished like they decided just to go to line out because the kicker wasn't having a good night. True,
but they score a penalty. They score a try out of a running ball.
Yeah.
And they had a chance of scoring a couple more. They were close in defense, and they were not able to make it. So there was not a bad decision that way. But yeah, they found themselves in a situation, and Pampas was able to to come up on top at the end.
I think this is like good for Pampas because they have, like you said, they have to show the maturity or like grow in their decision making on defense that will help them in the next games, like in the playoffs. I think that kind of like keeping calm, like keep defending like you do. Don't desperate. Don't try to grab something you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make silly mistakes. I think it will help. At this point, Pampas has secured his position in the playoffs, but we still don't know if it's the third position of the fourth or the fourth.
Yes.
It depends on the game that will play today, Selknam against Chacarés, and if Chacarés win, it will depend on the next game,
which is going to be Pampas
on the next
Chacarés.
round. Yes.
Next weekend.
Pampas Chacarés.
Yeah. So Peñarol has secured its first position.
Yes. Dogos has the second.
Has the second. Third and fourth is up for. It's one of them is going to be for Pampas. They're already there, and then the other ones between Chacarés and Selknam, which are playing today in Santiago, and then after that we'll see which is the result. But after that is Pampas against Chacarés in Buenos Aires, and Selknam playing against Peñarol in Montevideo. So both teams that are playing for the last positions, they are going to have in the last game away games, and it's going to be really tough. So we'll see. So far, Pampas knows they are in the playoffs, and they're going to be traveling again to Montevideo or to Córdoba.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Goodbye.